Well, hello there, and thank you for joining us at the Innovator video series, where we check out some of the most promising innovations in retail tech. Today, we're joined by a company named Storee, which reinvented the way retailers manage their stores using an algorithm that mimics the work of retail managers. Let's check it out. And you are Asaf Shapira, right?
Yes.
The founder and CEO of
Storee.
Storee. Your story.
Our story.
Our story.
Yes.
Not my story.
No, but it's my group story.
Okay. Right.
It's
Sorry.
a big story,
Dad
actually.
jokes. Really?
I
Okay.
think so.
Tell me about your story.
Yes. We are in an amazing adventure, 5 years
Yeah.
of a crazy road that in the end, we believe that we'll be able to develop the machine.
That sounds mysterious. A time machine?
It's not a time machine, but it's just a machine
Yeah.
that is taking the responsibility of chain stores.
Okay.
And I'm talking about offline stores.
Right.
And
Brick and mortar.
brick and mortar stores. And what we achieved so far is an algorithm.
Yeah.
It's actually a data-driven platform
Right.
with an algorithm that learn how to mimic the work of retail managers.
Okay, so you essentially have an algorithm that works like a retail manager, specifically with chain stores,
Yes.
and reaches out to all these different stores. And what does it do?
You just do what people were supposed to do, but it's very difficult for them because of the huge amount of data that they need to deal with,
I see.
because of the huge number of employees that you need to communicate with and make sure they are following their tasks.
Uh-huh. Are you putting people out of work?
No,
No?
no. We actually see it in a different way. We think that in order for people to keep their work
Yeah.
in the retail operation,
Right.
they need to show that they are bringing the X factor, the extra
I see.
value,
Yes.
but they can't without the right tools.
So you're taking the more mundane tasks away, giving it to this retail manager. Can you give me an example of what this, virtual retail manager would do?
Yes, I will talk about virtual merchandise.
Mm-hmm.
You want to make sure that each store is presenting the item, the SKUs,
Right.
in the best way,
Yeah.
but there are different trends, and the inventory is not stable.
Okay.
So actually, in the end of the day, what you need to do is two things. You need to plan the right planogram for each store.
Yes.
This is one. But at the same time, you need to make sure that the store actually complete the task
Yes.
and follow the guidelines.
Right.
So those two things are not that easy. Chain store with 100 stores or more. It's very, very difficult to create a different planogram for each. And it should be live planogram
Mm-hmm.
because there are a lot of changes all the time.
Right.
And at the same time, you need to make sure that the store manager and the store team actually follow the guidelines and set the items in the right order.
Right.
So the machine, in our case, Storee, is the one who creates the planogram.
Yes. Okay.
He planned the planogram according to sales, inventory, trends, and some different rules that were provided by the headquarters.
It almost sounds like a CRM system, so to speak, like kind of like a Monday or something for like retail stores. Is that a fair comparison?
Yes, but with a big difference. Okay, you named Monday. Monday is it's an amazing company. It's
Right.
a tough management,
Yes.
but it has nothing to do with data.
Of course. Right. Right.
You want to create a task, you need to type, this is the task, those are the people I want to assign. Now I need to make sure that they did it. In our case, Storee, it gets the rules. In
Okay.
case that there is a new trend and the inventory balance is above X, make sure that a specific store is changing its item placements, and
So-
just make sure that the VM manager from the headquarters get an approval for it,
I see. I
like
see.
a picture.
So it really is like a retail manager.
It is a retail manager.
Right. Now, it deals with displays, it deals with mundane tasks like cleaning and whatever. It deals with essentially anything and everything across
Yes.
the chain network, so to speak, for
So
a
this
company.
is how we see it. The goal is to increase sales.
Right.
And we do that by pinpoint items which are not performing well.
Yes.
So our algorithm is actually comparing the success of specific items
Yes.
to statistics
Okay.
and find items that are failing to customers' demand.
So it's looking for pain points as well.
This is the edge. This is what we are targeting. But
But
you can start from there because there are so many other things that they are having hard time to deal with.
yes.
So in order to get there to the peak, we are starting from the basic, which is communication. Storee helps the chain store to consolidate the way that people are communicating inside the company. This is the bottom layer.
Right.
Above that, we have tasks, an
Yeah.
ability to create tasks,
Mm-hmm.
which are sometimes simple tasks like just making sure that you're cleaning your store or signing relevant papers. Once the organization is starting to use Storee, it's very easy to start delivering smart insights that help them to increase sales. So when we start, usually we provide them with a very easy system, easy to use, that is replacing WhatsApp,
Right.
email communication, and from there we are taking it to the next level.
All right. Well, that sounds fascinating. Now, I mean, if we look back a couple of years, you've been around for about 5 years.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, I mean, during that time, you know, people were expecting brick and mortar to sort of slowly, gradually die out, and along comes COVID, right? The Corona pandemic.
Yeah.
Even more so, certainly at this. What happened?
Yes. So
How did this affect you?
Yeah. So first of all, we didn't start with this particular idea.
Okay.
We went through a lot and we pivot down the road. But our mission from the beginning was to help the physical stores to act more like websites.
Right.
So let's say that the last 3 years were very similar to what we are doing today. We actually developed this platform layer above layer.
Yeah.
In the last 3 years, I think that we are running on the same path. We understand the product pretty
Okay.
well, and the pandemic brought the retailers to be more open for virtual communication.
Right.
Which
And
is-
essentially made the whole world essentially more comfortable with the virtual platform.
Yes. But more than that, all those stories about retail dying and
Right.
stores closed and this vision about everything shifting to online, we never believed that this is the case.
Right.
And even today, if you look at the statistics, so around 15% only online. Yes, 85% of the money still coming from brick and mortar stores.
Right.
So brick and mortar stores are here to stay. The customers are becoming a little bit more sophisticated. They have more knowledge that they would like to be able to grab
Right.
while they are visiting the stores. And Storee actually helped the retailers manage a huge amount of data and deliver it to the people, because we still have people.
Right.
on the-
Ironically, I guess what you would say is, you know, whereas a lot of people thought that the pandemic would have been sort of the final punch to brick and mortar,
Yeah.
actually the opposite. It actually made
Yeah.
people so much more comfortable with the virtual communication, and obviously helped you as well. Now, where do you see yourself in this whole ecosystem, in this retail ecosystem with your particular solution? Where do you fit in? How are you with other companies out there that are offering similar things?
Yeah, so we have a unique solution because it brings together operation and data. And the ability to play with data is very challenging.
Right.
And I think that after several years that we are dealing with this problem of how can we take the data, and it's a lot of data, and this data is coming from sales and inventory and customers, and how you can manage this data and,
Right.
and deliver it to relevant employees inside the organization in order for them to convert this knowledge to money.
Right.
So I think that in the end of the day, retailers across the globe will seek for solutions that will help them do exactly what they are doing, just in a better way, much quicker,
Yes.
and And Storee today, I think it's one of a kind. I believe that there will be many other competitors in this area, but there is a huge space for everyone.
Right.
I hope that we will be the leader of this smart task management tool that is actually working autonomously, managing the retail operation and making its own decisions.
You just mentioned retailers around the world. Where are you currently implemented? Where are you currently working?
Okay, so the COVID hold us almost a year in Israel.
Yes.
We did something which is, I think, very impressive. We are more than 60% of the Israeli market today. All the
really?
big chain stores in Israel are using us, almost everyone.
Wow.
And we have close to 3,000 stores. And it's above 7K employees that are using Storee's platform. Besides that, we are working in Europe, Italy, Portugal. Those two regions are very good for us.
Okay.
Hopefully, the next year we will grow in Europe, but we are targeting the US market as well.
Okay. Okay, and over the next 2 to 5 years, for example, do you imagine a continued, a gradual expansion worldwide?
Yeah, this is the goal. Israel, it's a region, but we have many other regions that we want to start operating with. And
right.
Yes, of course, I think like every technology company, we would like to spread the news. There is a new technology helping you do things that you will never be able to do with your current tools.
Okay, well, Asaf Shapira, thank you very much for giving us all this information.
Thank you very much.
Wishing you all the best.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And that was Storee, which brings us to the end of our story today. Join us again for more on retail tech innovation, same place, same channel.